It is an online marketplace where you can buy, sell, swap free or second-hand items. The items include clothing, shoes, accessories. This app is the most popular amongst UK with 10 million subscribers.
So Prachi, what are the theories?
First and foremost, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Second is the attribution theory. And third is the cognitive dissonance theory. So, Andre, the recommendations.
Partnership with fashion brands, quality control and authenticity measures, and try before you buy.
I love your jumper today, Andre.
Vinted.
Is it?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was just browsing around, nothing to do, and I said, great, I don't have this color yet. And I put an offer, because you can offer.
Yeah.
And the seller accepted, and I think I got it in 2 days.
Wow.
It was here. Yeah, it's great, fantastic.
That's great. Do you think, I've now realized after coming here, coming in the United Kingdom, that you value second-hand items more? Because it's a sustainable way of shopping somewhere. I think that's what Vinted is also trying to promote, maybe. May I ask, at what cost did you get it?
It cost me £3.
Compare that with a proper store, if you go and shop from the store.
Yeah, I think it's a good 90% discount.
Exactly.
It's second-handed, which is fine. The quality is good. You can. One of the things I like about the app is that you can ask photos. Yeah. You can message the seller. Yeah. You can put an offer. Yes. And also, the seller classify the condition of the item. Yes. So it's really up to you to do the research. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong.
Then get to it. Yeah. I think one of the features, the very good features, I also shop a lot from Vinted. But the good thing I like about them is that the sellers can also list their items for free. Normally you get charged for listing an item. Yeah. So I think that is a good thing about Vinted, that you don't get charged to list your items. Yeah. And the security, I really like the security.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the secure structure of when you shop or when you list. They do want to know that you're a real person and you're like authentic, basically. Yeah. So that's what I like about second-hand items as well, because one common thing that I have noticed about this pre-loved industry is the con of it is that counterfeit, condition of items, and sometimes shipping costs can be high.
Yeah. Yeah. So, for example, I'm glad you mentioned that. For example, this jumper, the shipping was more expensive than the item itself. Yeah. But it's just, what can you do?
Of course.
Vinted, it doesn't operate like other apps where you can arrange to collect in person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where other apps here in the UK where you can buy Gumtree or Spock, for example, where you can buy electronic items pre-owned. You can collect and pay in cash and meet the person and test the equipment if you want. Right. But I guess with clothes and Vinted it's a bit different. And we're talking about a market that is estimated to be worth in about £5.2 billion.
Oh, wow.
So, and Vinted being the most popular one in the UK. Yeah. So, moving forward, I think that's something they could explore.
Of course. Yeah. I think, again, the pros is like truly it's sustainable. It's a secure and safe way to shop. Yeah. And at the same time, I think this app focuses more on accessories and clothing, if I'm not wrong, but that's what people shop the most.
Exactly. So, it's mainly clothes, shoes, and accessories.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than electronics
Also, did you feel that it's very user friendly?
It is.
I felt it very user friendly.
Yeah. And when you're using the app navigating and you find something that you like, you can favorite the item. Yeah. And then the owner gets a notification. Yeah. But also you can search for similar items. And the mechanics behind are really clever. It really works well and picks the color, picks the item, picks the size. Yeah. I had a really great experience using it.
Right. Same here. I think I've listed more. But it works because, especially as a someone who is a shopaholic, I would always look for someone that if I give it to someone or, if I pass this on, The other day in India, what we used to do is we used to pass on to our sisters or younger sisters, so that because we love that clothing, it's a part of us.
Yeah.
And somewhere you're very careful or conscious about who's going to wear it next. So I think that was a fear. But now I think it's good that someone can use it and you don't have to cut it or throw it or things like that.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you coming from India, I come from Brazil.
Yeah.
We have this very similar way to approach to our purchase and our clothes.
Yeah.
Brazil is just the same. Where in the UK, I think there's a bit more relaxed and it's a bit more different.
Yes.
And like you mentioned earlier, I think the UK pushes this to be more sustainable, be more conscious about what you buy, or the lifespan of your clothes, for example.
Yes, I think it's a growing market. I think pre-loved in general is a growing market, and they're promoting it a lot. And now, anyone you ask, there are so many websites, so like they do opt for pre-loved rather than shopping new.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And it's a very funny thing. But in India, what we used to do is if we don't wear it or, it gets too old, we used to cut it and then use the same clothes to clean. But, oh my God.
We do that in Brazil. Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah, which is true. Or you put a cloth.
Yeah.
To help
something
in the house.
To put it in use.
Yeah.
So
we call that repurpose the item.
Yeah.
That's a fancy way to put it.
Yeah. Just to use it for cleaning.
Yeah.
But I think that's now we find a safe and secure way to reuse the product.
Yeah, it's true. And what are the theories that you doing the research on Vinted? What are the theories you could identify?
I think first and foremost, it's hierarchy, Maslow's hierarchy. The first thing of the needs that you have. Vinted is totally targeting on the basic needs of life, that is food, clothing, and shelter, as we say, but clothing being the most important, and it's at the same time it being sustainable and affordable.
Yeah.
The second, I think I'll recommend them the cognitive dissonance theory. I would recommend that to them because it's where your belief and your behaviors are sometimes not aligned. So if Vinted can take a moment to, for example, email a buyer that yes, you're making a conscious decision. So you're right. So what happens is you get validated for your behavior. Sometimes you're looking for that social proof.
Yeah.
And that's what Vinted is subtly targeting, I think. Going into that social proof, proofing, basically.
Yeah, sure.
Last but not the least, I find they're using attribution theory, where they are giving themselves an explanation for their behavior. For example, if I am buying a sustainable product, I am explaining to myself, like, okay, I'm a conscious consumer. I'm buying this for a reason. I'm saving some money. Anything which is going on psychologically, but they're attributing that to their behaviors and explanation.
Right. Yeah.
So I think Vinted is highly targeting that the consumer does know if it is a rational decision or it's an emotional decision.
Right. Do you think we can use that and relate to the targeting of a fashion, sustainable, conscious consumer?
Of course, because fashionophile, as we call it, the fancy word for fashion lovers, they do connect here. It kind of builds as a community. For example, if I know that you have taken it from Vinted, and I have done too. So I just feel that okay, you're a part of my community. So that's the target audience, I feel. And looking at different kind of fashion, accessories, you do feel connected.
And I think there's a sense of proudness in there because I bought a piece of clothing that I wanted for a cheaper price in a good condition, very good condition as Vinted target. And I also help the environment.
Exactly. That's the most important factor, I think, now and I think people are moving towards conscious consumerism. Example us.
Correct.
So, Audrey, do you think they can work on something that they haven't thought of yet?
Yes, of course. Some recommendations for them would be to invest in quality control measures. Authenticity verification to avoid scams or counterfeited items. and definitely partnership with fashion brands. Because we see that happening in different industries. For example, the telecom industry, where you go to your high street telecom provider and you can swap your old phone. You can return your old phone and get a voucher or get a discount on a new one.
Got it.
So Vinted could give that step forward and partnership with, let's say, Nike or Superdry, let's say, and I return my old item, an item that it's not good enough to sell, to put available to sell on the app, but then I return to Vinted, and Vinted then return to the manufacturer to have a conscious disposal.
Got it.
So I think Vinted could, because already in that spectrum of conscious disposal or conscious buy and purchase and environmental friendly, it could also tackle those
right
issues
with the partnerships,
that disposable, conscious disposable.
Right. Of course,
I think they could.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
And then of course, why not try before you buy?
Of course,
which after the pandemic we saw that increase massively within the online shoppers. Even Amazon offer that now, so it's definitely a trend to try before you buy.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
So, Prachi, as we always do, let's do a quick SWOT for them. So,
the fun thing.
could you tell me some strengths?
So, to start with, larger user database, easy to use platform, and last but not the least, conscious towards environment.
Of course, yeah.
Weaknesses, I feel the product quality. Then I think customer service, which is more related to solving the disputes. And last but not the least, an important one is counterfeit items.
Correct.
Yeah. Some opportunities.
So I think they could explore the opportunity on the second-hand growing market, new features on the app, and partnership. And threats, definitely regulatory changes. We never know about taxes, if they're going to change, impact me as a seller, for example. Competition on the market, because again, it's a growing market, and the change in the consumer behavior.
So I think here we have come to the end of the episode. We're done for today. Let's continue the way of conscious consumerism and being cared for the environment. And we'll see you in the next episode.